the 10 poorest countries in Europe. Due to political conflicts and high unemployment, people in Europe are also struggling to survive. Europe is not limited to rich countries like Switzerland, Norway, or Luxembourg. There are European countries which are poor too. For example, while the richest, Liechtenstein's GDP per capita is around $180,000, the GDP per capita of the poorest country in Europe is less than $3,000. Let's find out which these poorest countries in Europe are. Romania. Romania is the largest of the Balkan nations and 12th largest country in Europe. It is the 6th most populous member state of the European Union. It continues to have one of the highest poverty rates and poor nation infrastructure. Almost half of the population lives in the poor conditions. Its GDP per capita is less than $13,000. Bulgaria. Located in the southern eastern corner of Balkans, Bulgaria is the 16th largest country in Europe. Among the challenges it faces are perceived.
Hello. The time has arrived to reveal our prize winners with special guest Neymar Jr.
Problems of corruption and organized crime. 65% of the population is currently unable or barely able to cover their living expenses. Its GDP per capita is around $10,000. Serbia. Serbia is a small country in Central Southeast Europe. Serbia is culturally rich, comparatively developed economically yet driven by regional rivalries and ethnic tensions. People of Serbia have experienced huge political conflicts, international isolation, high level of corruption, and poor infrastructure. About 25% of the population live below the national poverty line. Its GDP per capita is less than $7,700. Montenegro. Montenegro gained independence from Serbia in 2006. Montenegro's economy is small and relies heavily upon energy industries. Unemployment is twice the European Union average. Urban expansion and deforestation have eroded the country's national resources, making it vulnerable to resource depletion. Its GDP per capita is around $7,600. Belarus. Carved out of Russia's east border, Belarus is a landlocked country with more than 11,000 lakes and ancient woodlands. It maintains extremely close political and economic ties with Russia. The great majority of industry, including communal farms, is state-run and heavily subsidized. Its GDP per capita is less than $6,400. Bosnia and Herzegovina. Despite its small size, about 90% people live in absolute poverty in Bosnia. Approximately 50% of the country is vulnerable to becoming poor. This vulnerability is largely due to factors including lack of education, economic opportunity, and recovery after the war. Its GDP per capita is around $6,000. North Macedonia. North Macedonia is a country in Southeast Europe. It gained independence in 1991. Political and ethnic tension are contributing factors to the widespread poverty, suspected government corruption in election, and ongoing prejudice between the Albanian and Macedonian populations prevent the stability necessary for economic improvement. Its GDP per capita is less than $5,900. Albania. Albania is country in southeastern Europe. 34% of Albanians live in poverty. 6% of Albanians live in extreme poverty. Corruption is still considered one of the most problematic factors for establishing business in Albania. Its GDP per capita is less than $5,200. Ukraine. Ukraine is the second largest country by area in Europe after Russia. It is one of the poorest countries in Europe. Ukraine has seen a lot of war, political corruption, and fraud. By 2020, 45% of population of Ukraine fell into the poor category. Services, industry, and agriculture are Ukraine's three largest economic sectors. Its GDP per capita is around $3,500. Moldova. Moldova is landlocked country in Eastern Europe and still considered one of the poorest countries in Europe despite substantial progress. Migration of specialized labor, lack of large-scale industrialization, unproductive agriculture, rural overpopulation, large share of the agriculture sector in the economy, food insecurity, lack of good educational infrastructure are reasons behind its poverty. Its GDP per capita is less than $3,000.